Coming up on today's show, meet some very special artists who are sharing their craft with Northeast Ohio, plus ways for you to give back to the community, and we'll also shop and snack. New Day Cleveland starts right now. Welcome to New Day Cleveland. I'm Natalie Herbeck. So over the next hour, we are giving you 100 reasons to smile. It is an hour filled with positivity, plants, handmade goods, antique treasure hunts, and more. We begin with a story of an inspiring young artist. She calls Valley Arts Center in Chagrin Falls her home, but her work is all over the area. Here's a look. Every once in a while, I will come across someone who I am just not only blown away by, but honored to be able to interview. And I have Sarah Bolington sitting next to me right now, and she is one of them. Sarah is an incredible artist here. Her work is featured at the Chagrin Falls Valley Arts Center. First of all, thank you for letting me sit with you and talk about your beautiful work. You are so inspiring, and I'm sure you're so inspiring to so many people. Before we get into your work, do you mind talking about your background and your story?
Well, thank you, Natalie. That's very kind of you. God has gifted me with the gift to be able to create with my hands. Since I can't see with my eyes, my hands are my eyes.
I think you are proof that the passion comes from within. It comes from the heart, and what you do is so beautiful. What is your medium that you use? I see you're holding it in your hand right now. What kind of, these are beautifully printed pieces of some kind of material. What is that?
Yes, this is printed cork. So it's a natural material that's produced from the cork tree. It's similar to leather.
And when you started doing this, how old were you?
Well, I just started making these earrings a couple years ago, but I've been creating since I was a little kid. My papa, he got me started when I was really young doing crafts, but after I lost my sight, he really kept me busy with my hands. And as I got older as an adult, I started taking classes.
May I ask too, how did that come to be that you lost your sight?
I had a brain tumor on the optic nerve, and I had to have 2 brain surgeries and chemotherapy.
So some would say you are a miracle. I mean, what you've gone through and how you've persevered is absolutely unbelievable. And now you're sharing your gifts with the world. And I think that's truly inspiring. So you were going to do a little demo for us? You want to show us? So you start with the cork.
Yeah, I get the cork in a sheet, like a half a yard. And then I have a Sizzix die cut machine. So I have these dies in different shapes and sizes, and I cut them out, and then I pair them together with the seed beads, and I sew them to have a front and back.
Do you do all of this from start to finish on your own? I know you have a wonderful mom. Does she help to tell you what colors you're using, or do you just go with what feels right to you?
So I have ideas, and then on Thursdays I come to class, and I have a wonderful teacher, Kim Matee, and she helps me get the vision I want to match up the colors correctly.
Wow, and some of these pieces are beautiful. I mean, you're wearing a gorgeous cross on your neck with these beads. What has been your favorite? I see the earrings as well, the necklaces. You have another cross that looks like you can hang, that's just stunning. What has been your favorite piece to create?
I love making necklaces, and because they're very therapeutic to make, and I love wearing necklaces. I find it comforting.
Okay, something else, Sarah, that I just noticed was on your tags. Is this Braille that's on there?
Yes, I put different words to express what I want to share with the world when I'm telling my story and selling my work. So I picked 4 special words: hope, love, peace, and joy.
These are amazing. I can't wait to be a client of yours. Do you do custom work too?
Yes, I do.
You do, so if someone wants something in particular, you can make it specifically for them?
Yeah, or if they want something like a pearl necklace reknotted, people have reached out to me for that.
I can only imagine what you can do, and the sky is the limit for you, and I thank you so much for sharing your beautiful work with me and letting me chat with you today.
Well, thank you, Natalie. It's a true blessing to chat with you today.
It is my pleasure, and the blessing's all mine. Add something fresh to your space with houseplants. From easy beginner ones to the more unique, there's something for all levels at the Plant Shop in Lorain.
Plant Shop is kind of my dream. We started back in 2019 and we slowly moved from a mobile shop with our plant truck to an actual brick and mortar store here in downtown Lorain. My passion for plants probably started when I was about 14, so we're pushing a little over 20 years now. And it actually started with my love of reptiles and amphibians. So I started putting live plants into a lot of their terrariums and starting learning to take care of them that way. But general knowledge I've kind of just picked up on my own over the last 20 years and just loving plants myself and kind of learning how to take care of them at home. For the most part, a lot of the plants in the shop are going to be pretty easy to care for and great starter plants for people. The first plants that I usually recommend for people as kind of starters are going to be things like your snake plants or ZZ plants. I love those sorts of varieties that are relatively lower maintenance in regards to watering, lighting requirements, those sorts of things. So it's not so much of a chore for people to really be able to enjoy their plants. So those are two that I usually will start off right off the rip, along with some things like your vining pothos or philodendrons are really, really easy to take care of also. It's a great feeling to know, that you're taking care of something and that, it's flourishing, and any sort of positive energy that plant is giving you, saying thank you for taking care of me, it kind of, it's reciprocated. So it's a great feeling. We've always been a part of Lorain, and I feel like Lorain is such a great location, and it's, I wanted to be a part of something and kind of the start of something. And being able to see over the last 3 years where this has gone and how much has come into the city and what people are doing, and trying to help the city out. And it's a great opportunity to kind of be a part of that first wave and see where things can go. The one thing that I can, kind of offer is I'm very involved in the picking process and things like that. So that when you come in here, you're going to get a plant that is full, is long, is lush, is healthy, and things like that. I really do pride myself on actually walking those greenhouses every single week and hand picking a lot of this product. So it's a great opportunity to, come in here and make sure that you're going to get something that you're ultimately happy with.
The Plant Shop is located on Broadway in Lorain. You can check them out online for hours and more information. Still to come, it is an antique treasure hunt. We are heading to the suburbs to see what we can find.
So I see a building. It says Brown Hoist on it. It's 4310 St. Clair. I haven't noticed it, but I'm here with Ed. And Ed, you tell me you guys been here, 3 years?
We've been in this location for a year, but we've been in business for 4 years.
For 4 years. So I'm talking about his partner, David, and then there's Ed. And what do you make? What are we looking at here?
You're looking at hard cider, made from our apples, from our orchard, and processed here in our tanks, and we serve it right here to the public.
So you guys been doing this your whole life?
No. It was coincidence, but it was born out of the pandemic. It was October of 2020 when we did our first test pressings and pitched our first yeast on our juice.
And we're talking about apple cider here.
Hard apple cider, yep.
So would Johnny Appleseed be proud of you guys?
He would be very proud of us. Johnny Appleseed, contrary to popular opinion, was not planting eating apples.
No.
He was planting cider making apples.
That's right. And he wasn't really going for the pretty apples either. When you make apple cider, you're not looking for the prettiest apple.
No, the uglier the apple, the better the cider.
Yeah, you were telling me about the orchard. So David works out at the orchard a lot.
He does. He's our orchardist. He takes care of making sure the trees are trimmed back, the aisles are clear, and the harvest is coming in.
And the cider is good. Do you serve it cold?
Yes.
Serve good and cold.
Good and cold.
Where do you start with? Like
Carbonated.
this?
Well, everything starts here, and this is named after David, because when David was working for the Public Defender's Office, because David and I are both criminal defense attorneys. His nickname.
Oh, I feel right at home now. They say I steal my money. I'm having so much fun.
His nickname was David Reasonable Doughton.
I love it. I love it. And this is good too. So I noticed the different barrels, and they have different. One was a Chardonnay barrel, one was a barrel, some whiskey barrel. So how do you decide what goes with what apple?
So Reasonable Doughton, our base cider is fermented stainless steel, and that is just juice and yeast and time and care.
How did this one get named? Oh, this is really good.
Blackberry, yeah.
Ooh.
Blackberry because we started with nothing but...
Snatched my head back, it was so good.
No, nothing but blackberry brambles choking out our orchard when we were out there. But that one came about looking to do something with the blackberries that were around because they were part of the history of that orchard, overgrown with blackberry brambles.
This place is so laid back.
Yeah, thank you. That's what we want it to be. We want it to be comfortable, welcoming, come in, hang out. That is hung jury.
This one will hang her back.
That's hung jury. That's it's dry hopped, 3 different types of hops, a different yeast to do the fermentation. And so that's going to give you kind of the, if you're an IPA fan, or even a double IPA fan, you're going to love that.
That's it.
Yeah, that particular one you're picking up now is a happy accident.
Woo! It is happy.
That is.
It's sweet. It's got something going on. It's great.
And that is out of our Applejack barrel. One of our friends, Tom Herbruck from Tom's Foolery Distillery out in Chagrin Falls, gave us a beautiful, freshly dumped Applejack barrel. At the end of the season, we put 50 gallons that we had literally left over, didn't know what to do with it, and then we forgot about it for 18 months.
Well, now I know what to do with it. Brown Hoist, check it out. Maybe David will be here next time we come out, huh?
He's always here.
He's actually hiding somewhere here. Brown Hoist, check it out. It's beautiful. Thanks a lot, man.
Thank you.
Spend some time getting lost in North Royalton. There is an antique shop that is home to more than a dozen dealers. This is Generations Antiques and more.
Generations Antiques is an antique store. We've been here for 9.5 years, and we sell antiques, vintage, and collectibles. We've expanded also. A couple years ago, we were double our size that we were originally. I have been around antiques my entire life. When I was young, my dad and we would go to auctions, go to estate sales and buy stuff, and he was the collector and I was just the person that was going with him, but I learned a little bit. The range of things that you're going to find is anything that you would find in someone's house at some point, or their garage, their barn, that type of thing. So it's going to be a lot of household items, a lot of little collectibles that people like to collect, and toys, tools, and all sorts of kitchen items. The popular things are what you relate to as a person. And so one of the very first things that people relate to is their childhood and toys. And so you'll find all sorts of different toys here, model trains, toy cars, die-cast cars, Redline Hot Wheel cars are a really big thing, but I also do have regular Hot Wheel cars, radios, musical items. We go into cameras and glassware, all sorts of different glassware, not China, because China is not really considered something that are desirable anymore, because nowadays there's not too many families that are sitting down with their formal China that they would have at Thanksgiving or Christmas that often. And so that's hard to get sold. But glassware that is mostly colored glass. So amberina glass, red glass, blue glass, green glass, all sorts of different combinations. And sometimes it's fancy glass and sometimes it's just really plain glass. I sit here, I'm walking around and I hear people laughing and joking and saying, again, this is something that I remember my grandmother had, and then they talk about the story of it, and that it might have broke or something like that, and here it is, here's another piece and I want to buy that, or they just want to think about that, and maybe their child's with them and they tell that story to their child, so that child can sort of see that. And the younger kids, the younger 20s and 30s are coming in here. So that's the other nice thing. With us being around for 9.5 years at this point, we've had to adjust what we sell here, because if we do not adjust with the customers coming into the shop and what they're looking for, we won't be in business any longer. So we have to make sure that we're matching their needs. They're looking for knickknacks, some people call them tchotchkes, specific things that they would use within the household and that. I do tell people when I'm buying their stuff, they're really sad that they're giving away their mom's stuff or their father's stuff. It's very sentimental to them. I tell them, well, I'm not the person that is going to keep it and cherish it, but I'm going to find that person. And that's what, for the most part, really makes them happy about that. It's going to get passed down to somebody, not in their family, but to somebody else.
Generations Antiques and More is located on Ridge Road in North Royalton, and you can learn more about upcoming events they have or connect to sell your items online. Still to come, creating in Canton. We're meeting a group of very special artists. We're going to show you how you can support their cause.
Every day is a new day. Follow New Day Cleveland on Facebook and Instagram.
Welcome back to New Day Cleveland. Our next stop is at a very special studio. They're on a mission to share art that makes an impact. This is Just Imagine.
Just Imagine is an art studio here in downtown Canton, and it's owned and operated by the Workshops Inc. It's a place where about 20 local artists can come and create whatever they imagine. It's an important part of TWI because it offers something completely unique where artists can come and be themselves and do real professional work.
I do like a lot of landscapes, animals, still life, and like floral.
I'm working on a piece of art from a cartoon show called Hey Arthur, and he's like an aardvark type character. So I'm doing half of his face as normal as possible, and then the other half is going to be like glow in the dark.
Under the name Just Imagine, the artist can do any medium that they choose. So oil paintings, acrylics, ceramics, you name it. We do it all.
I like painting, doing a lot of textured and embellished things, putting like fabric on there, beads and buttons and stuff like that.
The staff here are extremely special to us. They are professionally trained artists, and they help with all of those things, from behind the scenes, the encouragement, ordering supplies, making sure people are happy and safe and in a space where they can create their best work. I think it's important for the participants to have a safe place to come, to be themselves, and create something meaningful, and then get to share that with the community. On a personal level, we honestly celebrate every sale, whether it's a small necklace or a small piece at $3 or a larger painting at $250 or $500. And you can literally see the joy on their face when they're commissioned or sell a piece of an artwork.
Oh, it's amazing. I love selling my art and inquiring and pursuing my other co-workers to sell their art as well.
Just Imagine is located in downtown Canton, and if you can't make it there in person to shop, you can visit them online for other ways to support their team. Here's another group that's making a difference in the community. They are hardworking volunteers who are repairing bikes, teaching safety, and so much more. Check out Elyria Bicycle Education Center.
Elyria Bike Center is a nonprofit facility run strictly by volunteers. We depend on donated bikes from the community. We take them in, we fix them up, we sell them at a very reduced price. We also do customer repairs. In addition to that, we're actually called the Elyria Bicycle and Education Center because we educate people on repairing bikes. The Elyria Bike Center was started in 2017 by a couple of gentlemen that recognized the need for a bike shop in the city. Elyria is a city that's bikeable, and there's a lot of people that depend on biking for their transportation. At the Bike Center, anybody can donate a bike. We'll take anything from a tricycle, a kid's trike to an adult trike, high-end bikes, low-end bikes. It really doesn't matter. Every day we come in is different. Throughout the day, people walk in while we're working on a customer bike that was in the work order, and they need an immediate fix for flat tires or chains off or quick adjustment. Typically, we stop what we're doing and fix them if it's an easy fix. If it's going to be more extensive and we see more problems, we'll say, hey, you're going to have to leave the bike or come back at a different time. But we try to do our best to get them fixed as quickly as possible. We only work on mechanical bikes. We do not work on gas-powered bikes or e-bikes just because we're not certified in that. We don't want gas in the shop. It affects our safety and insurances. One of the things that we really are keen on is safety. When people buy a bike, we try to talk to them, hey, do you wear a helmet? We have helmets. We also recommend putting bells and lights and reflectors on the bike so they're safe when they're riding. It's good to get people attached to biking, in my opinion, because it talks about road safety. You start getting road recognition, sign recognition. I learned to navigate the city as a kid by riding my bike everywhere. I mean, everywhere at all hours of the day and evening. It gets them prepared for watching out for other cars, watching out for pedestrians. Where can they ride that's safe, whether it be a bike trail, a sidewalk, or on the road, or designated bike lanes, obeying the traffic signals, and so on. We have classes of just a basic bike repair that they're for free. They're 4 consecutive Saturdays, 2 hours at a time. We start from very fundamentals, just going through the bike, what we call systems, whether it be steering, braking, shifting, etc., safety, and then it progresses in those systems, and next week we'll cover one area of that in depth, and so on and so on. The other classes we offer are a 6-week, very in-depth training that basically certifies you to come in and work with one of our other mechanics on a regular basis. I really love working here. I enjoy the people I work with. I enjoy what I do. Each bike becomes a challenge because no 2 bikes are the same. You could have one that you can breeze through a simple repair or a tune-up. Others, it may take you 4 or 5 hours or even 2 shifts to get it up to speed to our level of standards. Also, it's important to me that when the bike leaves here, it's safe and sound. So we do a quality control check, and then we do test rides. At the end of the day, I leave here feeling fulfilled. Just love working on bikes. I love giving back to the community. I love nothing more than seeing a customer walk out of here with a bike and they're happy.
The Elyria Bicycle Education Center is currently open 3 days a week. Again, it's run by volunteers. They're always looking for more help. To learn how you can get involved, head to the website elyriabike.org. Up next, keeping Cleveland sewing. I'm sitting down right here for a quick lesson right after this. Talk about things that just make you smile. When something is created with your own 2 hands and you feel really proud about it. We're here at Indie Sewing Studio. Dana is the sewist behind everything. Thank you for having me in.
Thank you.
I have all positive thoughts when I think of sewing. My mom did it. She sewed everything for us growing up as kids. And I feel like I totally dropped the ball in that sense, but that's where you come in. You help people of all ages to learn how to sew.
Yes, minimum of age 6 is what we recommend.
And how long ago did you start doing it? This isn't what you've done your whole life, your whole
No,
career, right?
I'm a nurse by trade. Nurse help take care of people, and that's a big reason why I do this. I want to connect people in a creative adventure, creative experience, bring people together, and to make things, because it's really good for our mental health. It's really good for us to keep our mind sharp, and it's a life skill. And I learned about 7 years ago. I taught myself through YouTube.
Now, when people come in, you said they come in families, or they come in maybe individually. What are some of the things that they have created?
That's such a great question because it's all over the map. And we have a big saying here, we meet you where you're at. And so if you have a vision, which a lot of people have a vision and they get stuck. They're like, okay, I have a vision, but where do I go from here? So come to us, and whether it's an hourly lesson, a workshop, or you come together as a family and friends, or you have an experience for yourself, you just invest in yourself. So we do anything with yarn, as you see on the wall here, and then we do anything with thread. So thread, yarn, sewing, crochet, fiber arts, and we're really big in sewing, and we love making clothes.
So this is a wonderful aspect about this. So you made this one, right?
Yes.
Look at this, what she did to this jean jacket. You totally transformed this. What is the whole concept behind your clothes that you sell then?
So the whole concept is bringing something to the fashion forward world. So we want to not necessarily be trendy, but look forward to how we're evolving in fashion.
We're going to make something today. You're going to show me how to make an eye pillow?
Yes, and so super beginners. We call them super beginners. If you're a super beginner,
come to
Indie Sewing Studio. Confident beginner is another term. So we always recommend making this rice eye pillow. This rice eye pillow, you heat it up or you make it cold, either way, and you can do it on your eyes, anywhere on your body. My kids go to sleep with it. It's filled with rice, and it's a 15-minute project. And
I
it's
love
literally
this.
15 minutes.
We can do this. We're gonna bring in Ashlyn to help me out.
Yes, let's do
make
it.
an eye pillow.
We want all of our material to be going to the left side of the machine.
Because we're starting with this side. Okay.
And so you're right, you're gonna start right up here at the top corner. So now we're gonna lower the foot. Does that look like it's lined up?
It does.
Okay.
You're doing that from an angle too. Look at you. That's why you're the master seamstress. Not seamstress, sewist. I'm learning the lingo too. Here we go.
So now I'd take out that clip.
Okay. Oh, I think I'm going a little crooked. I told you it wasn't gonna be straight. We're gonna name this the wavy stitch. More of a diagonal? More of a diagonal. All right, so we'll finish this up and we'll show them the finished product.
Yep.
Okay. A lot of work to do here. Clearly this was a beginner. I just had to make one other line. Didn't make it straight, but that's okay. You know, we all have to start somewhere,
Exactly,
right?
Yep. Very forgiving project.
Thankfully. All right, so we just put it inside. Well, it's inside out now. We just pull it.
Well, actually, we need to get it right side out. So turn it out just like a sock.
Okay.
We tell all of our people, just like a sock, grab the end of it. There you go. Now, can you believe you just made that?
I mean,
a little long piece of fabric turned into that.
I'm proud of myself. I'm a far cry away from making things like jackets, which you can end up making here if you're advanced enough. Maybe someday. So we just put our little rice bag in.
Now, maybe a little hard to get in because you did sew that stitch pretty close.
Listen, I love that you're calling me out on this. It is so true. She's gonna find a way to squeeze it in. If it's
squeeze it in
like
there.
a little sausage,
just like that pillowcase, you know.
Right, I still have some work to do.
Okay, here we go. We're almost there.
But if you want to come take classes with Dana, Ashlyn, your wonderful group, you can come here to Indie Sewing Studio in Independence and honestly have a wonderful time.
Yes. We are your neighborhood friend to learn.
It'll be good.
See, you're already relaxed. Do you feel better than
I feel
when you first
so
came
much
in?
better.
Nice. Congrats.
A new skill can turn into a business. Meet the artist who's marrying function and design through her work at Harken Studio.
Harken is really a creative expression of something that I'm looking for in my life, and then I make it. I make leather bags with artful sculptural shapes, but in a way that's looking back to how products used to be made. I'm harkening back to when materials were sourced locally and made locally. I've been sewing and designing since I was 8. I got introduced to the concept of being able to make your own clothes and accessories and shoes, and that's what I did growing up. I went to the Fashion Institute of Design and Merchandising in LA, and coming back to Cleveland, my career has pretty much just been in leather. I source materials as locally as I can, so my leather is sourced from a tannery in New York called Pergamena, and they make all vegetable tan leather. So that's the oldest recorded method of tanning leather that we know of. And I'm able to even source the leather to the farm that the animal was raised at. This is a new leather hide I just got in, and these letters here show the traceability of the leather. I make all the leather goods in the Antonym Collective. I make mainly like bags and wallets, keychains. Sometimes I throw in a bonnet or some baby shoes. One of the reasons I started Harken was so people could customize leather bags for themselves, because we are all made differently and have different needs, and if you come in and you want to strap a certain length or you want to do a little additional detail or something like that, I can customize designs for you. I love to play with shape in bags, and I really do approach it in a sculptural sense, like what kinds of shapes and what kinds of new details can I see in a design that I haven't seen before. I was kind of meditating for many years on, is it possible for a fashion brand to exist that is creating new goods, but that isn't wasteful, doesn't have harmful chemicals hurting people in the tanneries or in the manufacturing process, and where there's real like integrity and care in every single step of it? Is this possible? And the more I thought about this, the more I learned about how textiles are made, the more I was looking and, oh, this is how things used to be done. And I believe this is the way forward. Oftentimes leather bags are associated with luxury, and I've been diving into what is the real idea about luxury. And real luxury is when there is true, deep heart care put into something. I am welcoming you into a new kind of luxury that we don't see in big brands, and it is a taste of heaven on earth. It's a very pure thing, and we are approaching fashion in its purest form, in the way I believe it's supposed to be.
You can find Courtney at 78th Street Studios every third Friday of the month, and you can also shop by appointment. Up next, toast to your health. We're sipping on something special, tastes great, and is good for you.
Road trips, recipes, and much more. Go to fox8.com and click on the New Day Cleveland tab.
If you are looking for great food, healthy for you, and the taste will knock your socks off, you found it here at Pure Fix. We're in Ohio City. Brandon, this food, the drinks look unbelievable. You guys are basically in this whole wellness complex here. I mean, it's from workouts to cold plunges, coming in here to get your good healthy fix, you're set basically.
Set, yeah.
Right? I'm sure and you probably have people that do that whole loop through everything that you have.
Yes, we do, quite often. Yeah.
So we're at the bottom of the Wellion.
Correct.
And when you walk in here, they have the music going, it's fun vibes, but the food and the drinks just will stop you in your tracks. I hear you have the best matcha in town.
I think we do. Arguably the best matcha in town and the U.S.
Ceremonial grade matcha used.
Oh yeah.
So is that, when it comes to the ingredients that you guys are putting in everything, it seems like it's all the finest of the finest.
The best that we could possibly find, yes. It has to meet our requirements.
So what is this one? This is not a typical matcha.
That will be our strawberry matcha. We make the strawberry sauce in-house, A2A2 milk, and then matcha.
Do you mind if I try it?
Of course,
okay.
Please, yeah.
There was only one other place I used to go to get matchas, and I think you've stolen me away from them. That is so good. No, wait, this is a smoothie. Look at this. What all is in this one?
This is our Rejuvenate smoothie. So the base will be banana, strawberry, raspberry, and blueberry. And then we throw in agave, lemon, A2A2 yogurt, some dates, and then milk. Yeah.
So is this the one that they say is like the Hailey Bieber milkshake out in LA?
Something like that, yeah.
Only better.
Only better.
Only a lot better.
I think they
because
copied
it's here. They maybe copied you guys.
Yeah.
That makes total sense. All right, I'm doing it. Can I do? I don't do this often, but I have to try both. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You've got to be kidding me. This is so good. What's the sweetener in again? Just the dates
agave.
and the agave.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the drinks, unbelievable. The food, I know everyone comes for your food too.
Yes. Yeah.
What kind of toast is that?
That is sourdough toast.
What all did you incorporate?
All right, so it goes sourdough, avocado spread, pasture eggs, chèvre, which is goat cheese. And then we have our house pickled shallots. We make coconut bacon, no pork, it's just coconut flakes. A little bit of kimchi, a hot honey, and then salt and pepper.
I'm moving in upstairs. There's apartments up there and I'm moving in. What about this? It's gotta be an acai bowl.
So our acai is a little bit different than most places. We don't use a sorbet or anything. There's no sugars. It's literally acai and then some banana and strawberry. And then we make a house granola, toasted coconut flakes, a strawberry rose on top.
I've never seen a presentation of an acai bowl quite like that before. So all of the little intricacies that you do with it really makes this place stand out. And then you can have a little grab and go section, so you can get some cold pressed juices to go to.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
So whether you're getting some food, drinks, know that you walk out of here feeling like really good about yourself. Is that the whole goal?
That's the goal, yeah, inside and out.
Inside and out. Let me tell you. This has 2, 3. If I could give you 1,000,000 thumbs up, I would give you 1,000,000 thumbs up. I will be back time and time again. Trust me. Thank you so much for having me in here.
Thank you.
Come check them out. Pure Fix. Support the arts and shop local in Portage County. There is a shop in downtown Garrettsville featuring the work of more than 15 local female creators. It's called Always Indie.
Always Indie is a boutique and artist collective here in Garrettsville, Ohio. We have a variety of vendors, local female artists, and boutique items. We started online 5 years ago, and we were making bracelets and selling on Etsy, and then we kind of branched out to doing vendor shows and making more items. And then one day we just found a space and decided to dive in. We have over 15 female local artists here. We have soaps, we have skincare, body care, candles, we have headbands, blooming seed cards, blind dates with a book, crystals, and clay earrings, all kinds of different things, and they're all locally made here by women in our community. We have items that my toddlers love, and they're 2 and 3, so there's Play-Doh kits, coloring things, and then we have bar soaps that are not only great for women but also men, and then we have candles. Our boutique items are mainly geared towards adult women, preteens, but our design room is also great for the younger ones and adults that love making customized items for sports events, holidays, stuff like that.
We are at the design room at Always Indie. We have a patch bar. You can do customized hats. We have accessory bags, crossbodies. It kind of is ever changing through the season. We've done backpacks for back to school in the past. We do like dog bandanas. We also have our charm bar. You can do necklaces, bracelets, all customized. And then we have our Italian charms we just got in. We're really excited about those. Those were like an early 90s trend that are coming back. So we have those here now. And then we have fabric friendship bracelets that we do. And then we have our permanent jewelry. We have a huge selection. We have, I think over 50 chains now. We have charms, and we do private parties with those. Anytime we're open, you can just walk in. We can help you, we can help design, or you can just have, freedom of creativity. And you just pick out your patches, you can pick out chains, pins, do as many as you want on a hat. Some people are really simple, do 1 patch, some do 10, so it's just kind of creative freedom. It's not always a long process, but sometimes we have so much that you can look at, so much to go through. I mean, some people can whip one up in 15 minutes, and then we have some people in here for an hour and have a full experience. I would say my favorite part of the day is when we have people in and watching them spend time together and making something creative. It's always really nice to see, we'll have some ready pieces for people, and it's so cool after looking through everything and seeing what I can come up with, seeing what other people can come up with.
I like that it is ever-changing. That's when we came up with our name. We rebranded 5 years ago, and Always Indie, we wanted to be able to always be making whatever we wanted. So it's ever-changing. as well as supporting other women and local artists.
Always Indie is located on Main Street in Garrettsville. They do offer private parties in the shop and also some out on location. The website or social media page is the best place to learn more. Creating to give back. Still to come, we're headed into the workshop to meet the team making toys for kids.
The style of New Day Cleveland is provided by Dillard's Beechwood. Did you know the East Side location is Dillard's Midwest flagship store? Discover hard-to-find designer brands in fashion, footwear, home goods, and more. Enjoy the luxury of shopping with a personal stylist at no cost at Dillard's Beechwood.
Hi, I'm Emily at Blossom Flower Bar, and here are some tips of the trade. To keep your flowers lasting longer, you'll want to make sure you do a cut at a slant, like that. You'll also want to make sure that you take all of the leaves off of flowers before they go into water. And then you will want to change the water every other day or so and keep them out of the sunlight and away from warmth if you can. And that's how you keep your flowers lasting longer.
There's a group of volunteers in Akron who are giving kids something to smile about. They dedicate their time to making toys, and they call themselves Woodworkers with Heart.
Woodworkers with Heart started back in 2018. We started out making beds for kids in our community. We made those beds in community projects. We had groups come in and we'd take a pile of lumber, cut that lumber apart, assemble it into beds, make those bed frames, and then ship them out to our community, the kids that were in need of beds. COVID hit, we kind of put the brakes on getting beds out. I had a lot of volunteers like we had here today, retirees that were just looking for something to do, and so we had them come in, we had the shop and we had the equipment. We said, well, let's build some toys. Last year we donated 1,200 toys to Akron Children's Hospital, and they kind of use the toys in a couple different ways in the hospital. When the kids are going through a stressful situation or they're just in pain, they give them a toy to kind of distract them, to try to keep the focus off of what they're going through in the situation they're in. Or if they don't get one during that kind of time, they get one as they leave. So Akron Children's Hospital goes through a lot of toys. This kind of help around us with retirees and volunteers that come in twice a week. They come in from 9 to 12 and volunteer their time and their abilities and their skills to build toys. All our toys are also painted by kids. We send the toys back out after the retirees get them all sanded and just about ready. They go out to Girl Scouts, church groups, baseball teams, and even retirees. You got ladies groups that come and they paint the toys. Some of the groups come in here to paint the toys, or some of them just take them home and then bring them back when they're completed. We bring them back in, put wheels up, bag them, clean them up, and ship them over to the hospital.
I've been doing this a year and a half and loving every second of it. I got started because my daughter who works at the hospital told me about somebody who makes toys, and so I had to look it up and got a hold of Gary and started working here and making toys.
You can go to our website, woodworkerswithheart.com, and on our homepage there's a place to get involved. You can be part of what we're doing and also give to what we're doing. The surprise that they don't count yourself out of not doing some woodworking. I'm always surprised we bring a group in, they'll maybe just do some team building, and they'll come in And it's always the person that seems the shyest to be able to pick up a sand or nail or screw gun, and they just gravitate towards it. And who knows, you might find a new hobby.
Again, you can make a financial donation or sign up to volunteer online. For more information on Woodworkers with Heart or any of the businesses that we featured in our show today, you can head to fox8.com, click on that New Day tab. And of course, while you're there, you can send us an email and let us know where we should go to next. I'm Natalie Herbick, and we'll see you on the next New Day Cleveland.